Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the channel where we meticulously unravel the threads of complexity surrounding the British royal family. Today, we delve into a dramatic and deeply personal standoff at the very heart of the monarchy, a dispute that pits brother against brother and tradition against stark financial reality. We are, of course, talking about the highly contested residence of the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, and his former spouse, Sarah Ferguson. Before we navigate the labyrinthine corridors of Buckingham Palace and the Windsor estate to understand these latest developments, I must ask you to tap that like button and subscribe. Your support helps us bring these detailed, exclusive reports directly to you. The air around the sprawling, historic grounds of the Royal Lodge is thick with tension. For years, this magnificent and albeit controversial residence has been the sanctuary of Prince Andrew and the Duchess of York. However, the clock is ticking, and the pressure from King Charles III to vacate the premises has reached a critical point. Yet, the departure of the former couple is far from straightforward. They are not simply packing their bags and silently moving on. They have presented a set of highly specific and frankly unprecedented stipulations to the reigning monarch. To truly grasp the magnitude of this situation, we must first appreciate the history surrounding the Royal Lodge. This isn't just any house. It is a massive royal dwelling, steeped in history, located deep within the Windsor Great Park. It has been Andrew's principal residence for decades, a place where he and Sarah raised their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Despite their divorce in 1996, the couple has maintained an unusually close relationship, continuing to share this extensive estate, often much to the bewilderment of royal watchers globally. The current imperative for them to move stems directly from two interconnected factors: the ongoing financial crisis faced by the Duke of York and the monarch's decisive action to curtail financial support for his younger brother. Following the seismic events of recent years, particularly concerning the controversies surrounding Andrew, King Charles has drawn a clear line in the sand. This cessation of financial subsidies has placed immense strain on Andrew's ability to maintain a property as vast and demanding as the Royal Lodge, which requires astronomical upkeep costs, expenses which, historically, were often supplemented by the Crown. The news of Andrew and Fergie's potential title reduction, a consequence of their withdrawal from frontline royal duties and the subsequent public outcry, has only exacerbated the public sentiment. Across the United Kingdom, and indeed among well-wishers of the monarchy worldwide, there is a vocal and growing uproar. Citizens are demanding that King Charles act decisively and completely, sever all remaining royal perks and privileges afforded to the Duke of York. The public mood suggests that if the Duke is not performing royal duties, and if his past actions have brought discredit upon the institution, he should not be afforded the luxury of taxpayer-funded residences or allowances. However, the father of Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie remains resolute in his position. He is, by all accounts, adamant about the prerequisites for his eventual departure from the Royal Lodge. His demands are twofold and highly contentious. Firstly, he insists upon being allocated a suitable new residence within the royal estate. Secondly, and perhaps most controversially, he is demanding reimbursement for the substantial amount of personal capital he claims to have invested in the renovation and maintenance of the Royal Lodge over the years. Imagine the scale of these renovations. We are talking about millions of pounds expended on structural repairs, modernization, and the upkeep of a Grade II listed building. Andrew maintains that these expenditures were made with the expectation of long-term tenancy and that, should he be forced to relinquish the property prematurely, the Crown must compensate him for the value he added to the estate. This financial claim is a significant hurdle in the negotiations, transforming a simple move into a complex, high-stakes financial negotiation between the king and his brother. According to detailed reporting from sources like The Sun, the Duke of York has already expressed a preference for his future lodgings. He has reportedly conveyed that upon leaving the grandeur of the Royal Lodge, he expects to be granted occupancy of Frogmore Cottage, which holds a very recent and intriguing history within the royal family. Frogmore Cottage, of course, is the former British residence of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. This property has its own reputation, having been the subject of intense media scrutiny regarding its own extensive renovation costs, which were initially covered by the sovereign grant before being fully repaid by the Sussexes. The cottage became vacant after the Sussexes were asked to relinquish their tenancy following their move to North America. The irony is palpable. Andrew, facing his own controversies and financial pressures, is now seeking to occupy the home vacated by his nephew, who also faced a highly publicized break from royal life. The potential move to Frogmore Cottage, however, presents logistical challenges that complicate the matter further, particularly concerning Sarah Ferguson, the 66-year-old author and television personality. While Andrew appears focused on Frogmore, the Duchess of York has reportedly expressed her own distinct preference for relocation. She is said to desire a move to the charming, nearby Adelaide Cottage. Adelaide Cottage is a property that has recently housed the Prince and Princess of Wales, Prince William and Princess Kate. This detail is crucial. The suggestion here is that the Duchess of York's desire hinges on the anticipated departure of William and Kate from Adelaide Cottage, perhaps indicating their own eventual move into a larger residence befitting their status as the future king and queen consort. If Sarah Ferguson were to move into Adelaide Cottage and Prince Andrew into Frogmore Cottage, the proximity would be remarkably close. Both cottages are located on the extensive Windsor estate, within easy reach of each other, and crucially, close to their daughters. This arrangement, though geographically convenient, underscores the highly unusual nature of their continued codependence and shared domestic life, even if they are no longer residing under the same roof. An insider privy to the ongoing delicate negotiations within the palace walls recently offered a candid perspective, shedding light on the atmosphere of uncertainty. This source shared that, quote, "No one is really sure how it's going to go down at the palace yet. Frogmore Cottage is too small for both, and Adelaide Cottage is around the corner, so they will see each other whenever they want." End quote. This statement confirms the core issue. The properties being discussed are significantly smaller and less suitable for the couple's existing lifestyle than the sprawling Royal Lodge. Frogmore Cottage, while charming, is not built to house two separate, high-profile households accustomed to the space of a mansion. The idea of Andrew and Fergie being separated into two adjacent, smaller properties suggests a compromise, a way for them to remain close to their family and maintain their unique relationship structure, while simultaneously allowing the king to reclaim the Royal Lodge, potentially for future generations of working royals. The insider further elaborated on a vital aspect of the proposed arrangement: the ability for their children and grandchildren to visit comfortably. The source explained that, quote, "Both have space for their daughters, Eugenie and Beatrice, and their families to visit," end quote. This detail is fundamentally important to Andrew and Sarah. Maintaining a space where their grandchildren, including August Brooksbank and Sienna Mapelli-Mozzi, can visit frequently is clearly a non-negotiable requirement for their acquiescence to the move. The transition, however, remains stalled. Despite the detailed discussions regarding Frogmore and Adelaide cottages, and the very public nature of the Duke of York's stipulations, Buckingham Palace has maintained a position of strategic silence. As of this moment, the palace has not officially confirmed the next residence for either Prince Andrew or Sarah Ferguson. This silence speaks volumes, indicating that the negotiations are still highly fluid, complex, and potentially fraught with disagreements, especially concerning the financial reimbursement Andrew is demanding for his claimed renovation expenses. The implications of this standoff extend beyond mere real estate. This is a critical test of King Charles III's authority and his ability to streamline a monarchy that has, for too long, carried the burden of non-working royals demanding expensive perks. If Charles concedes to Andrew's demands for full reimbursement, it could set a dangerous precedent, potentially encouraging other fringe family members to make similar financial claims should their circumstances change. Conversely, if Charles refuses and forces Andrew out without compensation, the ensuing familial rift could deepen, leading to further internal conflict that the king, already dealing with his own health challenges and the demands of the crown, surely wishes to avoid. The Royal Lodge, therefore, stands not merely as a contested house, but as a symbolic battleground. It represents the last major foothold of Prince Andrew within the inner circle of the royal estate, and his willingness to use his claimed financial contributions as leverage in this negotiation demonstrates his determination to maintain his position and proximity to the heart of the monarchy despite his withdrawal from public life. This entire saga highlights the delicate balancing act facing King Charles. He must balance the need for fiscal responsibility and public approval, demanding that Andrew relinquish costly perks with the deeply ingrained royal tradition of familial loyalty and providing for his relatives. The ultimate decision on whether Prince Andrew receives Frogmore or whether Sarah Ferguson moves into Adelaide Cottage will be one of the most significant and closely watched decisions of Charles's early reign. Moreover, the potential movement of Prince William and Princess Kate from Adelaide Cottage also warrants close examination. While this is not the central focus of the Andrew-Fergie dispute, the implied departure suggests a strategic shift for the heir and his family. If they are moving, it signals an upgrade in their primary residence, likely to a property that better suits the needs of a future king, perhaps closer to the main administrative hub of the monarchy, or a return to a grander scale of living that their status requires. This in turn frees up Adelaide Cottage, making it available for the unique domestic arrangements proposed by the Duchess of York. The uncertainty, however, continues to loom large. The insider's confirmation that Frogmore is too small for both suggests that the eventual solution might involve a highly creative, perhaps even temporary, housing arrangement. What is clear is that the Duke of York and the Duchess of York are insisting on remaining neighbors, maintaining the family unit that has been their anchor through years of public scrutiny. We are watching a royal eviction, a sensitive and highly charged negotiation that involves millions of pounds, immense public pressure, and the intricate dynamics of the most famous family in the world. The Duke of York is leveraging his past expenditures against his brother's current authority, and the outcome will define the level of grace and privilege afforded to non-working members of the royal family moving forward. In summary, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson are poised to vacate the royal lodge, but not without substantial demands: a new, suitable royal residence, and the reimbursement of the extensive renovation costs they claim to have personally financed. The proposed new homes, Frogmore Cottage and Adelaide Cottage, offer a complicated, yet geographically convenient, solution for the estranged couple to remain close. However, until King Charles agrees to the financial stipulations, the negotiations remain at a standstill, leaving the future residence of the Duke and Duchess of York hanging precariously in the balance. This event certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the boundaries of modern monarchy and the cost of royal relationships. What are your thoughts on this unprecedented standoff? Do you believe King Charles should compensate Prince Andrew for the renovations, or should Andrew simply accept the new, smaller accommodations without demanding public funds? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. We always appreciate hearing your considered viewpoints. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more detailed royal insights, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next update on this unfolding drama within the House of Windsor. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.